Hey, this is Justin from Books, Bricks, and Boards. Going to do a little Hoplomachus Origins solo play. Hoplomachus is a gladiatorial combat game set in a fictionalized version of Rome. In Origins, it focuses on very short, compact playthroughs where you're actually drafting a variety of gladiators from different cities, whereas Hoplomachus Rise of Rome and Hoplomachus The Lost Cities, you actually play as all gladiators from the same city. So this has got more of a vibe of like the movie Gladiator or the television series version of Spartacus that was on Stars a few years back, where different gladiators hail from different areas, but they're still part of the same house. So what I am doing now is playing through the solo trials. This is the second solo trial. In this particular one, I get one less draft choice, and I'm fighting Arik Bok, Koryokos, Mechimwa, and I think I am going to be playing as a defender, modula, an attacker, and a javelineer. And then I've got one tactic, which is the crowd cheap shot. So my plan is to start off with my defender and use him to kind of control some space. He has an ability to move outside of his movement phase, and he's got a lot of hit points. He can also soak up damage for other units, which is good. Arik Bok has an annoying ability called parry, which means that alternate attacks are the best way to hit him because he parries the first basic attack each turn. So that being said, I'm going to be looking at using the alternate attacks on these two guys, particularly power throw. You can kind of surround the javelineer with your other dudes and get quite a impactful attack, so you can kind of leave him out of the range of your enemies and still be able to do a decent attack. Now, given that it's all yellow dice, so they're not particularly effective on their own. Also, since we are in the Xanadu arena, it is a King of the Hill style scoring system. So you will note the 10-sided dice in the lower corners of the mat. The red one is going to be for my score, and the blue one is going to be for their score. So all that being said, I'm going to set up the camera proper, and I'm going to play again. All right, we're going to start our game of Hoplomachus here. I did want to check on one thing. With the Xanadu board, there is a certain objective point that you win the game based off of points. Looks like it's 6. So when either of these dice gets up to 6, that team wins. Playing solo, I get to choose one gladiator to deploy, and unless they have ready, they do not get to act on that first deployment turn. I am going to go ahead and place my defender here, and then it's going to be the other team's turn. So the AI for the champions goes by this handy sheet here. So I roll these dice. So the green is his movement, so he is going to move. He's going to move first towards one of these squares, and then next towards a defender, and then if there's a tie there, he would move towards a weaker defender. So he's got a movement of 1. He's going to move to here. Then he is not in range to do his other stuff, so his turn is over. Then we can go with either one of these. It is actually my choice which one activates next, and they go towards an arena hex first, and then towards an enemy. So we're going to go 1, 2, and she'll stop because she's on the arena hex. She's going to start scoring at the beginning of her next turn. And then Machimoy, 1, 2, 3. He's going to stop there because he's going to start scoring on the beginning of his next turn. May not have planned this out very well, as it is. Okay, so I'm going to start. I start with my deployment. I can deploy 1 gladiator and up to 1 tactic per round. I think what I want to do is deploy my Javelineer so that I can get him ready to go. And then I'm also going to deploy my tactic of Cheap Shot because I want to be able to finish off Korikos before she starts scoring. So I'm going to move up, and then I am going to use the Defender to attack Korikos. And did 1, and then I'll use my tactic to use the other chip, and Korikos is gone. So he can't move because he was just deployed. So we're going to go on to the enemy's turn. First thing to act is always going to be the champion. So we need blue. So we roll for the champion's actions. Since he did not roll a hit on the green die, he will not be moving. So he has got heave, but he's got to be next to somebody to do it. And he's got a basic attack, but he only has a range of 1, so he can't do anything. She's dead. He scored at the beginning of their turn, so blue team has 1. He is going to make an attack against my defender, which is a hit of 1. He also has the toss ability, which toss unit may move the adjacent unit hex 1 left or right. He will move him here, which won't matter. He does 1 damage, which does matter. So then we're going to go to my next turn. I get to deploy. I am going to deploy my attacker. My attacker is not able to act this turn. However, my defender is. My defender is going to move over here, which you may think is odd, but there's a reason for that. Then I'm going to attack, which does 1 chip of damage. And then I'm going to attack with my Javelineer, who I deployed last turn, their alternate attack. They get a +1 yellow die for each adjacent ally. So 1, 2, 3. Let me make sure that's right. Oh, I guess it's just 2. It's 1 per adjacent ally, not an extra 1. So we get 2 dice. That one was cocked. So we're to 1 damage on Machimoy. He is damaged now, so next turn he's going to do extra damage because he's got Bloodlust. Not great, but I think we're going to be set up to potentially finish this champion off pretty well. So we're going to start the champion. He got a green, so he is going to move. He can move 1 space, so he's going to move to here. The other things aren't going to matter because he's not in range. So Machimoy is going to attack. He gets a +1 damage if he does. Oh, and he did 1 damage. He was elevated. Anybody that's on these arena hexes was elevated. So I'm going to take an extra chip for that because I was supposed to last turn. So now we're going to do yellow-black, and he'll get to roll an extra black die for Bloodlust because he is hurt. So he gets 1 hit, 2 hits. So 1, 2, and a 3rd for elevation. He has killed my defender. That's not good. Okay, so next turn I'm going to deploy Modula, and I am going to go ahead and activate We're gonna go 1, 2, and then, let's think about this. Oh, and he scored 1 on his turn. So we're gonna go, actually, 1, 2, no, 1 right here. That's right. And then he is going to move up to here. And, okay, that's better. So we are going to do a regular attack with the attacker on Machamoy. Does 1 damage, which is enough to kill him. And then Javelineer is going to get a 2 yellow power throw attack, and we're going to do it against Arik Bok. Gets 1 hit. So Arik Bok's down to 4. However, on Arik's turn, he is going to score another point. Not good. So now Arik goes, and he gets 4 hits on his AI. Not good. Okay, so he's going to do all the things. So first he's going to move one of these hexes. He's going to prioritize closest in range opponent, and then next is going to be weakest. So he's going to go towards the Javelineer. Arik is damaged, so he's going to get well, I guess he doesn't get extra. He just gets 1 black die, so that's not too bad. So he does 1 point of damage to my Javelineer. Guess he's not as damaging as I thought he would be. So that is their turn. So my turn. It's time for me to start scoring some points, but really, points aren't going to matter at this point because if he gets to 6, I'm gone anyways. So I just need to actually just win this game. So Modula is going to move up. She is, she's going to attack with her black. Oh no, can't do that first. So Arik has parry, so he ignores the first basic attack. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to attack with the basic attack of the Javelineer. Won't matter what I roll because he blocks it with parry. So then now I'm going to go with Modula. Modula is going to roll a black and a blue and does 1 point of damage. Oh, you know what? Let's roll that back. He died because Arik Bok was elevated. Gets an extra point of damage. So that does suck. Okay. So I am going to, I think Arik should have 1 more hit point then. Let's put that back. So I'm going to go first with Modula. She's going to go there. It's going to go there. Then I will attack with Modula. Doesn't matter, he's going to parry it. Then I'm going to attack with the attacker. Attacker gets a blue, a yellow, and a black die. Okay. So he's no longer getting the elevated, but neither are my guys because they are all on elevated terrain now. So 1 point of damage to Arik Bok. So Arik is starting on the square again, so he's going to score. Then I am going to roll his dice. He would move, but he doesn't want to. Next thing up is heave. So he's going to heave his target over him, and I can choose which one because they're both the weakest. It's a tie, and they're both in range. So I'm going to choose to heave her, which doesn't really matter. Then he is going to get a yellow, which is a basic attack. So the basic attack gets a black, and it would be against either one. I'm going to make it against Modula. Oh, nope, actually I'm not. I'm going to make it against the attacker because he won't get the elevated bonus. Because there is a tie and which one is weakest and which one is closest, I get to choose. So I'm going to choose the one that's to my benefit. So, going to start again. I score 1 point because I've got a model on there. A chip, rather, not a model, I guess. So I'm going to move 1, move 1. Going to attack. Arik parries it. Then I'm going to attack again and actually get the benefit of the attack. And here we go. Let's hope for some good rolls. And just 1 point of damage again. This is not good. Okay. Oh, I did mess up on that. I should have tried to throw her to the wolves and save the attacker, because the attacker has an alternate attack. Modula does not. So if my attacker dies, I am just out of luck. I cannot possibly kill Arik Boke. Oh, well, that's fine. Start of Arik Boke's turn. He scores. Roll to see what he does. Okay, just a black. That's not bad. He's not attacking me this turn. So I'm going to have him move Modula, and then we're going to start my turn. Modula's moving up there. We're going to do basic attack with Modula, regular attack with the attacker. Guess I could have been using Modula's Bloodlust if I'd let him attack Modula first as well. So I'd be better off all around. But let's hope that we get 2 hits here. Haha, 3 hits. Okay, so Arik Boke has been vanquished, and solo challenge number 2 is done. Even after I made a couple of rather blunderous tactical errors, I was able to beat solo trial 2. That's because these trials get progressively harder. So the first couple are rather easy, but they ramp up in difficulty rather quickly. And if you get somebody that is getting down into like these 10 plus, they're doing pretty well to get there. So I've completed trials 1 and 2. The first one I did not film, but Hoplomachus Origins. It's a game that's still available on Chip Theory's website. I think it's one that people should check out. Still get the beautiful components that Chip Theory is known for, the side-stitched neoprene mats, the heavy poker chips, very fun gameplay, tactical, quick gameplay. In this particular game, you get a great solo, you also get the 1v1, and you have 3 different mats that all have different rules to how they play. Each arena is a little bit different. And you get a wide variety of chips and gladiators and different things to play with. So, Hoplomachus Origins, check it out. And this is Justin from Books, Bricks, and Boards, and good gaming, and God bless.